Wow, wow, wow. Bayern München destroy Freiburg today, 6-2 on our return from the international break. And I'm speechless. I'm genuinely speechless with what I just saw on that pitch. Beautiful performance after 15 minutes. Beautiful, perfect, amazing performance after 15 minutes. What happened in the first 15 minutes? We'll talk about it. We'll get to that right now. But today, Bayern get the win 6-2, still undefeated in the Bundesliga, getting a huge result, boosting that confidence, gaining back that momentum before the big Champions League clash against Set Piece FC Arsenal this week in the Champions League phase. I mean, what do you want me to say? Just overall, we'll talk about that first 15 minutes, but let's just talk about the game as a whole after 15 minutes. Too dominant, too good, too fast, so creative, so many chances. The press was too good, the counter press was too good. It was just perfect after 15 minutes. From 15 to 90, one of the best Bayern performances of the year, to score 6 goals unanswered against Freiburg. And you guys, this is a good Freiburg team. This isn't a bum Freiburg team. They're doing very well in Europe this season as well. I believe in their league phase, they have 10 points from 12. So 3 wins and a draw. They haven't lost in Europe yet. So this is a good Freiburg team. This is a good Freiburg team. And to win 6-2, excellent. We got to rest some players today. Some youngsters got to start. LENNY G, Michael Olise, speechless. Olise and LENNY G left me speechless today. And Bischoff gets to start as well. Other players got to come on. Other starters got to go off and get some rest before that Arsenal game. So good day at the office. And yeah, let's just jump into it. 6-2. Let's talk about that first 15 minutes. So basically, we forgot how to defend set pieces in that first 15 minutes. Freiburg did very well. They started the game. They probably could have scored in the first minute. But it is what it is. We got lucky there and didn't concede. And then eventually, Freiburg did get 2 goals off of 2 corner kicks. The first was amazing. I loved that little set piece play. It definitely was something that they worked on in training 100, 200, 1,000 times, because the front post cross, the back heel into the right zone, and trusting his teammate to be there for the finish. Great goal from Suzuki in the 12th minute. Really good finish. And then the second goal, just off the corner again. Upamecano gets beaten for strength, which is very rare, but Upa gets beaten for strength in the air, and Manuel Neuer comes out to get the ball, changes his mind. He's off his line. If Neuer is on his line, he's going to make that save very easily, but Neuer misjudges it and comes off his line and stops halfway, and the goal is just there to head into 2-0. And besides the set pieces, Freiburg just played very well in those first 15 minutes. I mean, their press was better. We couldn't keep a hold of the ball. They kept on winning the ball back. They were pressing Kane, Diaz, Olise very well, Carl very well anytime they got the ball to their feet. Unfortunately for them, after 15 minutes, the quality just showed. The stronger team prevailed, and Bayern just dominated after 15 minutes. Genuinely, like, Freiburg had zero chance after 15 minutes. We entered the driving seat, we turned the car on, and we drove 100 miles per hour down the highway, the freeway, whatever you want to call it. First goal comes from who else but LENNY G. You guys, LENNY G is a special player. This kid's special, man. 17 years old. I've already sung his praises enough, but what impressed me the most with LENNY G today was, this isn't a very high-profile game. It's against Freiburg, coming back from the international break. By the way, also I want to say, something that contributed to that first 15 minutes of us being dull was definitely the fact that the Südkurve was protesting, and they were not chanting or making any noise. They're basically doing like a whole 12 minutes of silence out of protest over some ticket things going on in Germany. I don't know. I didn't read the IMEA Sanmia posts about it, so I'm not caught up on what was going on, but I just knew going into the game that they will be protesting for the first 12 minutes, and that 12 minutes signifies something. But isn't it so funny that right when that 12 minutes ends, Freiburg score? It was actually really funny because on that corner, you could hear the guy on the megaphone in the Südkurve saying, basically saying like, "All right, that's the end of the protest, blah 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 blah. We're gonna start chanting and everything." And right when the protest is done, Freiburg score. So I thought that was really funny. But anyway, I digress. Lenny G, just special player because his ability to operate in the tight spaces today, amazing. Amazing. This kid is going to be a future face of this football club. This kid, he's going to be a Ballon d'Or contending player in the future. I know it. This kid, I could see. You guys, I know ball. I know ball. I said the moment I saw Musiala play a single minute for Bayern 4 or 5 years ago, I knew he would be a potential Ballon d'Or competitor in the future. I'm seeing with Lenny G, man. Those strikes in preseason, the goal in the Champions League, the goal. He's going to be contending for the Ballon d'Or in the future. And Germany and Bayern have a star on their hands. And Michael Olise with the assist on the first goal. And what I loved about Lenny G was it was a very hard pass by Michael, but Lenny G with his strong foot sets it down on the second touch with his weak foot on the right. Good quality finish into the bottom left-hand corner. 2-1, pulling it back. And then before the half ends, Carl gives one back to Olise, gives the assist, and Olise gets the shot off. Artokoglu probably could have done better, the goalie. Is that his name, Artokoglu? It's a really confusing name. Autobolu. I keep thinking it's Artugolu or whatever, and that sounds Turkish, and the guy doesn't look Turkish. So Artubolu should have done better on that shot, probably, but there's a lot of bodies in his way. He probably saw Olise's shot late, and in the end, it dribbles back into the ball, into the back of the net. 2-2 into halftime. And you think 2-2 into halftime, all right, Freiburg, they're going to recoup, they're going to reset. And in the second half, it's not going to be as easy for Bayern now, but it was. Second half, it just got 20 times better. Second half, it just got 20 times better. And you get, in that second half, Upa on the back post on a Michael Olise corner. Goal. General Upa. Good shit. Making up for his losing the ball on that second goal for Freiburg. Then you get Harry Kane. Goal. The chance falls to him a little bit, luckily, but I was saying it in Liam, the Bayern Views live stream chat, and in Zier Talks' live stream chat. Go subscribe to them, by the way. I was saying, Kane, stop with this build-up shit. Stop dropping deep. Just get in that box, Harry. The chances will come, and you will score. And what happens? Harry Kane is in that box. The chance falls to his feet. First time finish goal. So Kane, in games against Freiburg, we don't need you to drop back, build up play, spring balls out to Olise. We don't need that, bro. You just need to get in that box and score. And that's exactly what I did in that moment. Good quality finish from him, unstoppable. And then we make some subs. Michael Olise wins the ball from the Freiburg defense, just sprints right at him, avoids the defender, puts Nicholas Jackson in. Nicholas Jackson, as much as a bozo as he is, he's not missing that chance. And then the sixth goal was the best of the bunch. Hiroki Ito, by the way, makes his comeback. Love to see it. And he gets the assist for Olise, although, you know, he switches the ball out to Olise from the left-hand side, and Olise did all the work. He cuts in just like Robin-esque. I love the kid. You know, the number one thing that I love about Olise is he just reminds me of Robin, especially when he does shit like that. Cutting into the left, fake shot, dribble, boom, left-footed shot into the top left-hand corner, unstoppable, 6-2. Just good result today. Good result to pick up momentum. Before that Arsenal match. Now, this is a starting 11. Neuer starts, Bischoff, Ta, Upa, and Stani starting. Leimer getting rest, Kimmich given a little more rest because that injury he got during the international break. Pavlovic and Goretzka starting, Luis Diaz, Olise, and Lennart Kark starting behind Kane. Gnabry, I believe, was a little sick. That's why he didn't start today, and you got to see Karl get a start, and it worked out in our favor. Now. Easy man of the match today, Olise, but I'm telling you guys, Lennart Karl was so good. Lenny G was so good. And I love that we saw this LENNY G performance, right? Because I think a lot of people are questioning with this Bayern team, or one question they have is, all right, how is Musiala going to come in and slot back into this team? Is he going to disrupt the flow? Is he even going to make them better? Is he going to make them worse? And what you saw today was when we went 2-0 down to Freiburg and Freiburg started sitting back, getting men behind the ball, parking the bus. What you saw with Lennart Karl today was the reason he was so effective, the reason he was so good is he was able to get into these little pockets of space in the Freiburg defense. He was able to get in between the lines in little pockets of space, receive the ball, and do excellent work in very tight spaces with 4 or 5 players surrounding him. Excellent work from him today. Opening up the Freiburg defense, penetrating them when they decide to sit back. There's something stuck in my mouth. And so people say, how can this Bayern team get better? How can Musiala make them better? Well, this is exactly how I expect Musiala to come make this Bayern team better. Because as much as I love Lenny G, as much as I think he's going to be a star, he's going to be a Ballon d'Or contender in the future, I know. But Musiala is far, far better than Lennart Karl at picking up the ball in those tight spaces, maneuvering, finding players, taking 2-3 guys on. And so look at Lennart Karl's performance today. And when Musiala gets back and whenever he gets back to full form, Jamal is going to give us 10 times this performance, 20 times this performance, because this is Jamal Musiala's specialty. Musiala's specialty is picking up those tight spaces, taking on 2-3 guys in positions other people wouldn't, creating spaces and opportunities for his teammates. And he does that by picking up the ball in uncomfortable situations, in scenarios, in positions in the field where 99.99999 other percent of other players don't want to pick up the ball. And so what you saw from Lennart Karl today is what Musiala is going to bring to this team times 10. It's that next level play against low blocks, that next level dribbling, that next level chance creation in extremely tight spaces against teams sitting back. That's what you're gonna get from Musiala. And then obviously in games where it's open, where we have space, Musiala even thrives more. And so this was just Karl was so good, but you have to take this Karl performance and think this is exactly how Musiala will make this Bayern team and take them to the next level. It's exactly how he's gonna do it. So just a little bit of perspective there. If you didn't notice it, this is exactly what I noticed the minute I saw Karl doing these things. It's like, all right, Karl did good here, but what if Musiala was in that position? You know what I mean? And it's not like Karl was stepping a foot wrong. It's just Karl is very young. He doesn't perform like this every game. He's not going to start every game. Musiala is our star. He is the face of the club. He is going to pick up these positions game after game after game. So just love to see it. And then, yeah, Michael Olise, I was rooting for him to get the hat trick because imagine if he got a hat trick of goals and a hat trick of assists in one game. Ridiculous. 2 goals, 3 assists. His best game of the season. This was Olise's best game of the season by far. Incredible player. Incredible player. And it says he's playing as the 10. Luis Diaz stuck on the left-hand side, but Olise and Karl were basically interchanging the whole entire game. They were basically interchanging the whole entire game. So it was a good performance. Funnily enough, Goretzka comes off at halftime, and our performance just goes up 10x. Because Konrad Leimer comes in at left back, and then Bischoff and Pavlovic in midfield were excellent. Excellent. They ran the show. We took control, and we buried Freiburg 6-2. 6-2. Now, something that pissed me off in this game when we were behind in that first 15 minutes and in that first half, because we dominated after the 15th minute, but we weren't creating chance after chance after chance. What you saw in that first half was, and it could have been starting the game flat, the Südkurve not celebrating, not bringing up that energy, coming back from international break, whatever, right? We won, I'll give him a pass. But what I didn't like in that first half was a lot of times we were just trying to pass too much. Pass on top of the 18, one touch, and then just passing back and then going back out wide. When there were times, and I'm not saying that's bad. You need to do that at times. You need to change the way you attack and uh, approach the opposition defense, or else they're going to get used to one style of attacking. But that's what happened in that first half. We were just doing pass, 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 pass. It became very predictable. And what I wanted this Bayern team to do in that first half was just shoot more, take shots outside the box, give this Freiburg defense a different look. And what happens when we do that? What happens? The first goal, the first goal, sorry, not the first goal, because the first goal, Lennart Karl's there, he's obviously going to shoot. He's not going to pass. But that second goal, how does that second goal happen? Right? Up until that second goal we scored, we were just passing, passing, one touch this, maybe messing up a pass, and Freiburg get the ball back, right? But how does that second goal come about? That second goal comes about because Pavlovic decides, hey, I'm in a bit of space right now. I'm going to rip a shot. And it's a good shot. Lots of swaz, lots of speed on it. Artobolu can't do much but parry it away. We collect the ball again. The Freiburg defense is a little bit disheveled. They're a little bit shocked, out of position. Lennart Karl picked up the ball, passed it to Michael Olise, and then again, Michael Olise, instead of finding a pass, whatever, making it too fancy, he just shoots the ball. And you get the goal. You create your own luck. So that was something I didn't like in the first half, was we just kept on pass, 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 pass. When at times you just got to rip a shot, man. Take your chances. You're professionals. I know a lot of these guys can score from 20, 25 yards out. So if you have the space, take the shot. I will never blame a player for taking a shot when they are wide open 20 yards out, especially when it's Bayern, when we have the players we have. I will never blame them unless there was like a wide open pass, right? So that's something I didn't like in the first half, but Olise and Karl just left me speechless today. Olise, man of the match. Fantastic performance after going down 2-0. Arsenal on the week. What I will say about the Arsenal game, again, against Union Berlin, they created 3 chances against us. They scored 2. And the 3 chances, the 2 they scored, what the hell? The 3 chances and the 2 they scored were from set pieces. And today, Freiburg scored 2 goals off of set pieces. And we are playing Arsenal, who are set piece FC. So, huge challenge. I'm kind of shitting myself even more. I said after the Union Berlin game, because they created 3 chances from 3 set pieces, that I was shitting myself. Even though we won 6-2 today, I'm now shitting myself 10% more. Because that's the only way Freiburg created chances against us today, on those set pieces. So, food for thought. Company and the boys have to really focus in on those set pieces the next couple of days before traveling to London. And yeah, until then, I'll see you guys for that post-match reaction. It's been your boy Hokage. I'll see you guys in the next one. Club football back. No more international football until March of next year. So we got a lot of time here. 5 months of grind for FC Bayern München. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.